Tennis elbow is inflammation of the tendon. You can have inflammation of the tendon anywhere on your body. You can have it on your wrist, you can have it on your elbow, you can have it on your knee, your shoulder. Tendonitis can come from anywhere. So I'm going to be discussing today what tennis elbow is and how we can treat that. So say for an example, if you came into my office and you said, hey, Rashida, I have some pain that's going on the lateral side. Lateral side means the outside of the arm. So lateral means outside, medial means inside. So the tendons run on the lateral side and up to the lateral epicondyle bone. So I don't really want to get too into massage terms and to where I'll lose you, because I have to remember that my audience is not a massage therapist. I don't want it to kind of go in one ear and out the other. I just want to just to go over a little bit what tennis elbow is and how I can treat it. So say for an example, if my client came in and he has tennis elbow. So how I would treat that, I would have some ice. You know, it could be either a bag of ice, it could be an ice pack, or it could be some water. It could be some ice in a styrofoam cup. And I would just rub around in the inflamed area with the ice. So just visualize me with the ice. And I'm just rubbing around the muscles that extend the elbow. So I just rub around the extensor muscles. And the reason why I'm using ice, because ice is your best friend when you have any inflammation of a tendon. So that would probably be the first thing you probably want to do if you feel like you had tendonitis or tennis elbow. Ice is very, very, very effective because it helps reduce inflammation. It helps reduce pain. So, and it also numbs the area. So if I need to get into the actual muscle, I'm actually numbing the area. So it kind of reduces the pain. When I treat tennis elbow, I typically treat the whole arm. So I just don't treat just, I don't know, say like if he say he has problems just right here. I would treat the whole lateral side of his forearm. Okay, I just won't treat just this area. If he say, oh, you know, it just hurt right here, so just work around in this area. No, I'm gonna work on the lateral part of the elbow, because those are the muscles that are overused. And basically tendonitis is just overuse of the tendon. That's all it is. It's just repetitive movement. So if you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over, at some point the tendon is going to be inflamed and swollen, and you're going to be in pain. It's just like if you have a rubber band and you just keep, you know, pulling it out. At some point it's going to break. So in regards to your tendonitis, it's just basically, like I mentioned, inflammation of the tendon. Okay? So also in tendonitis, well, actually tennis elbow, these muscles also crosses the wrist joint. So for an example, if you see my wrist right here, right? And if I'm constantly doing this, just keep doing it. I just keep doing it all day long. Just keep doing it. What do you think's supposed to happen after you just keep doing this all day long? Or if you're twisting something in a jar, you're twisting, you keep twisting and twisting and twisting and twisting and twisting. Or you're on the keyboard and you do clerical work. or if you're gripping a pen, or if you're gripping something and you keep gripping, you keep gripping, you keep gripping, you keep gripping, those muscles on the lateral side of your forearm is going to get irritated. Overuse. Again, tendonitis is inflammation of the tendon, and it's overuse, just repetitive overuse of the muscle. That's basically what tendonitis is, and that's basically what tennis elbow is. I was getting ready to say golfer's elbow. My next video session, I will go over golfer's elbow. Golfer's elbow is the anterior part of the forearm when you're dealing with the medial part, which is the inside of your actual forearm. But that's for another video. I'll talk about that on my next video session. Right now, I'm just going to concentrate on tennis elbow. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do a couple strokes along the lateral side of my client's elbow and just show you pretty much how I treat my client if he would have had come in here with tennis elbow. He doesn't have it, but just think of it in a sense that he has tennis elbow. So I'm just going to act like he have it and treat him with that, okay? So for demo purposes, normally I would stand like this, but I would be in front of the camera. So in this case, I'm just going to stand this way, and I'm going to work from this way all the way down to the distal part of his wrist, okay? So if he had tennis elbow, this would be extremely, extremely, extremely tender. So just keep in mind, again, when I start off tennis elbow, I typically like to use ice to kind of like bring down the swelling, reduce the pain. And again, ice is your best friend in this case if the client has tennis elbow. Now, if he's not inflamed, or if she is not inflamed, you can use heat. But the key thing is the client they should not be inflamed at all. If they are inflamed, then heat is not your best friend in regards to tendonitis. So you want to make sure before you apply heat to anything, whether you have tendonitis or if you have knee swelling or any type of inflammation on your body or swelling, do not use heat. That is a big, big no-no. You never want to apply heat to something that's inflamed. And a lot of people get confused on when to use heat and when to use ice. So you can Google, or you can look up some videos in regards to what I'm talking about, tennis elbow. And you can also look up when to use heat and when to use ice, because a lot of us been using ice and heat for a long time the wrong way. And if you don't know something, then you're just gonna keep doing the same thing over and over and over. So again, if you're not too much familiar with how to use heat or how to use ice, you can just Google it. You can Google it. When you're using ice, you typically want to keep ice on for no longer than 20 minutes. You never want to keep ice on longer than 20 minutes. And with heat, heat is not really like the ice as far as how long to keep it on. But you definitely don't want to apply, again, and I say this again, you never want to apply heat to anything that's inflamed, any body part that's inflamed. So if you have a swollen knee, the first thing that you should be applying is some ice. How long you should apply the ice? At least 20 minutes. And then maybe just keep it off about maybe, I don't know, maybe like 15 minutes, and then apply the ice again. But you don't want to keep the ice on too long, because then you're going to start causing damage, and you don't want to do that. Okay? And then I just check in with my client just to make sure he's still alive. Are you still alive in here? All right. Okay. So you guys, I didn't want to stay with you too long this evening, but I just wanted to just touch base with you and just go over a little bit of what is tennis elbow. If you have any additional questions, you can send me a message in my Instagram DM. If you don't have a picture and you're sending me a message, chances are I may not respond, because people are kind of a little weird. So you can make sure if you send me a message, just state who you are, and you can move over to my business Facebook page as well if you want to check out some videos or some literature that I usually pop in every day. I usually try to post something every day, maybe a massage quote or some literature on massage therapy. And then you can also check out my YouTube page, Rashida Thomas, owner, Rashida's Healing Hands, LLC. And I just have just some videos, just educating you on what I do and bringing you into my world and what I do on a daily basis. So you guys have a beautiful evening, and we'll talk soon.